Okay.
Today,
Mama said you should take the money.
Yesterday, the
so
minister,
advise him to.
That is formal.
The Minister of Information convened a press briefing and very comprehensive press briefing on the update of progress of Agenda 111. So this is what we have now. Gomwa Central, 63% complete. Agenda 111 projects. And this one, Asin South, 60.3% complete. So I'm taking you through some of the slides that I have, not everyone. Zone 8, Barikese, 67 or 57, I think. Okay, 57. And then this one is Ningo Pram Pram, 54.7%. So this is the stages of completion that we have. Mpoho, 54. Agonan Sabah, 51.5% complete. So you can see the images and the projects there as well. Asin North, where we had the by-election, 52 points. Komlan captured this also comprehensively prior to the election. Sege, 43.9. You can see the structure itself. And then we have Ofuanse, 56.9. That's almost 57. So the state. Achim Swedru. So we have 57. Now we have Ewutu Senya, 55. So on we go. So we have the number of projects that are ongoing. Okay. So lawyer Amwakubwedu says, good morning, Roland. The judiciary is not the one to create the SAL constituency and then organize elections. Adam should get his facts right. Thank you very much, lawyer. Amwakubwedu. But I know there's a case in court. Is there a case?
So my case, my reference to SAL was that in a Techiman South case, the court said that the people of Techiman South could not be denied representation, and so Martin J. Kosa should continue serving in Parliament.
But it's not the court that will independently just get
but SAL has been created. Now, the judiciary...
SAL has not been created as a constituency.
SAL has been created.
No, who created
we have a district.
The SAL is an acronym.
So the point, when Lola Chachuchikata went to court... My point is that I didn't get it wrong. Oh. Well, so the question I was asking, that what happened to the people in SAL?
But you said SAL has been created. It is not created.
It's been created.
Accept that you are wrong, and then we move on.
No, there needs to be an instrument that will be sent to Parliament. Then
the Electoral Commission has not created it yet.
All right, it's okay. And elections have been having... So why are you saying,
in the NDC? You know, maligning
it's not because the constituency through an instrument has been created, please. Now, Agenda 111.
I'll come to Agenda 111. I'll come to... But Roland. In the SAL matter, when Lawyer Chachuchikata went to court...
Good morning, Roland. The judiciary is not the one to create the SAL constituency and then organize elections.
No, so the point is that the fundamental what I was saying is that the people of SAL, they were part of a constituency called Hohwe. Yeah. And so when the Electoral Commission decided to take them out of that constituency and they are without representation, when Lawyer Chachuchikata went to court, one of the reliefs that we were seeking was for the good people of SAL to also vote and be added to a constituency. And they have been denied that by the court. The same court that refused to deny the people of Techiman South representation. And so that's the point that I'm trying to make.
The issues are not different. They are different.
They also equally deserve representation.
Because they don't have representation in the first place.
They don't have. And so they don't deserve.
No, nobody says they don't deserve.
But they say that SAL also deserves representation. It is the cardinal sin of the Republic. Roland, back to
Agenda 111.
Agenda 111.
I know La General Hospital is still there though, but...
Yes, Agenda 111. Roland, I think that as a Ghanaian, all of us must commend every effort to increase access to healthcare in this country. And that is why in 2020, the NDC's message of free primary healthcare to all Ghanaians was well received by the people. It was a message that President Mahama was very passionate about. Under President John Dramani Mahama, we saw massive investment in health infrastructure and all the hospitals built, whether at the district level, whether at the thousands of CHIPS compounds, whether at the regional level like the Ridge Hospital, whether at the teaching hospital at the University of Ghana, the medical center, which when you visit there today, until you are told it's a hospital, you may mistake it for a luxurious hotel because of the kind of facilities, the world-class health facilities. And so if any president intends to add up or increase our health infrastructure, we must commend the person. However, on this issue of Agenda 111, my personal disappointment is with the many contradictions and inconsistencies with regards to the project. You recall, on the 26th of April 2020, when President Akufo-Addo made the very first statement about Agenda 111, then it was 88 hospitals, district hospitals, that he said he was going to build. He announced in April 2020 that he was going to build 88 hospitals in 1 year. If you recall, no, he said it.
88.
88.
And then at the end of the year, in the budget year, they added the 111.
No, so he said it. You see, the tapes are there. Saka, you need to do your research before you come on.
It was part of the weekly announcement during the COVID period.
Yes, during the COVID period. It was April 26, 2020. Go and check the president's address on that day.
Go ahead. I think this is public information.
Yeah, so Roland, after he made that statement and the project failed to take off, then under review they added that we're now going to have 111 hospitals. No problem. Since 2020 till today, every single year we have this project listed as part of the priority projects of government, for which they have made some allocations and all of that. It is good to see or to hear that some of the projects have finally taken off and there are some stages of completion. But again, we should be asking some very key questions. My problem with how government approaches some of these things is that you are investing in building hospitals, good, no problem, no challenge with that. But at the time, some projects started by previous governments are still not completed. You abandon those ones. There are many hospital projects, there are many clinics that the NDC and President Mahama started that needs just a little touch, a little more investment for those projects to be completed. But President Akufo-Addo has refused to complete them. Some have been completed, but they have not even operationalized it as we speak. And so that is also an issue that we have to address. You mentioned something like the La General Hospital. What happened to the hospital? You got the whole place demolished because government promised the people that they wanted to build a new one. But as we speak, I don't know the last time I passed there was about 3 months ago, but not even a single block to show that anything, any of such projects will take off and all of that. So I think that government has a lot more questions to answer about hospital infrastructure and projects than just showing off 55%, 45% complete. Again, if the Honorable Oppong Nkrumah is really interested in accounting to the good people of Ghana, then he should also be interested in giving us the status of all the 111. So you don't promise me 111 hospitals and then come and show me pictures of 6, 7, or 8 that are ongoing and assume that we should accept it as such, especially when we know that President Akufo-Addo has a trademark of giving promises that he never fulfills. You recall that they made a promise of setting 350 senior high schools and many other things. And so I think that the minister should also give us the status of the project in all 111 districts. Then Ghanaians will know that when you go to this particular district, ours is at 10% completion rate. Ours hasn't even taken off. Ours is at 80%. Ours at 55%. Then Ghanaians will know that, at what point mine will be completed. But I think government should also focus on completing and operationalizing hospital projects that started under the previous government. When you come to my constituency, for example, the NDC built a world-class district hospital at Beta, called the Beta District Hospital. But because the project was not fully completed before the NDC left office, as I speak,
in
Ketu North, Beta, they are operating at, I can say, less than 30% capacity. Why? Because they lack very basic things for a district hospital, world-class, to be completed and operationalized. Things like even air conditioning. It was individuals, some members of society, that made personal donations to get the hospital to operationalize some of these things. Meanwhile, the facility is there, very huge, and all government needs is to make some little more investment to get it to operationalize at 100% capacity. And so, beyond just putting up new structures, why are you abandoning ones that have been built by your predecessors? We ought to take these things very serious. I agree with the school of thought that maybe in the future we should consider a legislation which makes it compulsory for government of the day to complete projects started by the previous government. Because as we speak today, we have invested so much money in many projects that have been abandoned by this government. Anytime I'm driving to my constituency and I get to Sanglemi, I weep for this country. Look at the amount of money that is sitting in that project. All we need is for a serious government, a visionary government, to say, this is where President Mahama left it. This is what I'm going to do to get the project to work. But as we speak, because of politics, because of pettiness, because of the fear that when we begin allocating or using Saglemi, it is going to go to the credit of President Mahama. President Akufo-Addo and his government have abandoned that project. When you drive around it today, the place has been consumed by bush. I think that we need to pay serious attention to matters of this nature because President Mahama did not use his personal money to do it. It's the country's resources. And so President Akufo-Addo should first complete all the hospital projects started by President Mahama before they continue with this whole Agenda 111, whatever.
Jantwa, what do you say to this? The police hospital, as we checked the last time, is now come to a halt, at least in the meantime. La General hasn't even started off the ground. It's already over 80 months later, if not 50 months late.
Well, so far as I'm concerned, where hospitals, are being built is good for the nation. I mean, the health of the people is the number one thing that should be looked after because it's the people who make the country. However, there are backlogs of projects that haven't been finished. And if for nothing at all, if they even added those backlog to the new ones that they wanted to build, at least it would get finished. But the backlog ones, the ones that haven't been finished, are still there, gathering dust, gathering weeds, gathering rats and cockroaches. And something has to be done about that. I don't understand how you bring in a new project when there are old projects to be done. Some of President Kufuor's hospitals, when you go to the Ashanti region, are still in the bush. Nothing has been done about it. And so you ask the question, how does a government think that way? How? You're in there to develop the country, aren't you? You're in there to make sure that the people get the required care. And so you start new projects. Now, you see, it's one thing building the shell of a hospital, and another thing equipping the hospital. So they said 88 are what? Under construction. Do they have the equipment that are going to go into these 88 hospitals?
Are they all not part of the funding?
Well, have they told us?
Yeah, I expect.
Have they told us what is going into these hospitals? What kind of hospitals they are building? Because we don't want a situation where there's a critical illness in a particular area. Then you have to now bring the person to Rich Hospital or Kolebu or 37. You want a situation where the hospitals that you are building can take care of the people in that community. That is how you develop the community. That is how you stop the migration of people who are sick into the urban areas. And so if you are clapping your hands because you are building the shell of a hospital and you can't tell us what you're going to put in the hospital, did you come or did you go?
Well,
so let's see.
At the time
I don't want a situation where they now come and stand on political platforms. We built one hospitals, and you go to the hospital, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening.
Okay. Salia, there's a concern about continuation of projects. and then the time period that we say we'll complete the projects.
First of all, I mean, when Adam Agbana was talking, Adam
Agbana.
He said we have abandoned John Mahama projects or hospitals. I just wanted him to mention one that the MPP government has abandoned. When Lawyer 2 was talking, he also said that some of President Kufuor's hospitals are in the bush. Yeah, I wanted him to mention one. Because the President Kufuor hospitals, the Eurojet projects, as we are speaking, Nanado completed about 6, and some are some are almost completed now. All of them are almost completed now. We have the
all of them are completed.
Yes,
or
almost
almost
completed. Yes.
Okay, so they are uncompleted.
And then we are talking about President Kufuor.
So they are uncompleted.
So it means that they ran through John Dramani Mahama, Professor Mills' time without being completed. This government, when we came, at least I know of the regional hospital that was completed, and now they are using it. I know Konongo. I know Kumawu. I know even the Afari. The military hospital. All these things have been almost completed. Some
they
almost
haven't
completed.
been completed.
Some almost completed.
Afari, we've been
even the Guy East was part of those hospitals. The Guy East hospital that by 2020 the MPP government had completed it and commissioned it, and it was even used to fight COVID-19. So when we come here and then create the impression that nothing is done, some uncompleted hospitals are there. I mean, when we talk about hospitals, I think that the NDC and their like should now shut up. Because what is happening with Agenda 1.1 is a game changer. This thing has never happened in Ghana's history. That about 111 hospitals is being built by a single government. And then you say that in April 2020, then another said that the 88 hospitals should start. It was even 6 months close to 6 months to the end of the year. And you said that the president said
within a year.
No, the president said that the work will start within this year.
It's completed.
He never said, how?
It's quoted here.
Quoted where? Read it.
You see,
read it.
Please.
Read it.
Just read that.
I can quote from the Ministry of Health website.
Okay, read it.
Ministry of Health
website. Please let him read.
President Akufo-Addo has reiterated. So now back to the year. We said each of them will be a quality standard design, 100-bed hospital with accommodation for doctors, nurses, and other health workers. And the intention is to complete them within a year.
Thank you.
Complete them within a year.
Thank you.
From the April when you made a statement.
Continue with the communication. It's been clarified.
So I am saying it is not true.
But let me also state here. Let me also state here. These are matters of public record.
Yes.
Because the president said them stated them in April as part of his weekly address.
No, I'm not saying it's not public record.
Okay. There were 88, please. There were 88 at the time.
Yes.
And then by close of year in the budget for the next year, the project was then extended to be part of this initiative called the Agenda 1.1 project.
Yes.
And so they included La General Hospital, they included a police hospital.
Of course. I mean, please
go ahead. Conclude for me.
Oh, you took my time to say things that are known by everybody. And then you now say,
but you didn't know that it will be completed in a year.
No,
you were doubting.
He never said so.
Website.
He never said so.
Please conclude for me.
After taking my time, he said I should conclude. No problem. But I'm saying that if you look at La General Hospital, there's a reason why the hospital is as it is now. During the NDC time, they came out with a report that says that the hospital was defective and that you either build a new hospital or you demolish the hospital. The government found it expedient that if we are going to tinker with the hospital without building a new one, it's not going to be in the best interest of the people. Therefore, the hospital was demolished. But the fact is that the COVID brought in its wake problems, including funding. And that is the reason why we have this situation. Now, Adam is telling us that John Dramani Mahama built University of Ghana Medical Center. I mean, these are the lies. These are the lies that they peddle every day.
Who built it?
The hospital started in 2009. And 2009 was John Dramani Mahama the president of this country.
Oh, look at this.
Well, see the president of this country.
President Mills is
yes, of course.
right?
Don't take the project of Professor Mills.
No, nobody.
These are the lies that you people have been peddling every day.
Okay, so
to
what's
raise
the argument?
to
That
raise
it's President
Professor
Mills
Mills
and not President
yeah, I'm telling you, it is in your green book. It is in your green book that the
Salia, thank you very much.
Medical Center.
Saka Salia,
I am saying,
please.
I am saying it was not built. It was
Saka
not
Salia,
built
thank you this morning.
So President Mills and
Thank you,
President Muhammad,
thank you.
that is it.
Adam Agbana, thank you very much. Kwame Jantua, please visit 3news.com. Can we have 3news.com available? Whether 3news.com, 3news.com, put it, yeah, already. File a motion to discontinue Jachi Kwesing trial. Jantua tells Attorney General.
Already. The AG listen.
Well, I don't know. It's already there. Now, please come back to me. Let me read this from John Intim Fojo. My attention has been drawn to a false and malicious allegation made by Joshua Campbell on your show yesterday. I wish to state categorically that I never engaged in vote buying, neither did I share money or goods before or during the Asin North by-election. I therefore demand a retraction of that malicious comment made on your show by Akamba. Good morning to you, to your panelists and your viewers. Signed by John Intim Fojo, the Member of Parliament for Asin South, Deputy Minister for Education. And we apologize for any concerns you have with the comments made by Joshua Kamba yesterday. It was a great show as well. And thank you, all of you joining us this morning. Let me just make mention of some of our regulars. Money. Ajura Najo, thank you very much for the comments. Imelda Nassar.
Read the comments for us to hear.
And so we have some of them. Okay, so Guy G, good morning. Thank you as well. And then we have some of the comments. So I'll quickly just go through some of the comments for you. And we have this one from... Now, it said, Ivan Samba says, now Saka is insulting all of us, or Roland. What does he mean when he says people who are supposed to know better? And then Mashoud Saibu says, now that the Supreme Electorate of Asin North have voted for Kwesing, who the president declared a candidate for prison, we are waiting to see whether or not the court will dance according to his tune. We also do have... okay. So we have this one also says, this one from Otto Pasoni. We have something other more important also to look at this morning. What the president said was not appropriate, and certainly it also means justice will not be delivered. All right, so we're taking a break. We have a conversation, and the conversation is about all the related replies from Sarkodie following that book publication by Yvonne Nelson, and we're having it extensively on the entertainment segment. But we'll bring you the latest dose of sports as well. We're taking a break. We'll be right back.